So this is kind of nice. I just came off of a mono red deck, close to mono red, anyways. I was actually splashing exactly these two cards, Aang and Aang's Iceberg. It's funny. I think we're gonna start with Legend of Roku. Pretty respectable to take Aang too. I think this card is close in power to this one, and is a white card. Though, I think Roku is better. All things being told. So yeah, like starting there, and you know, I'm generally thinking of ending up in mono red. If I start this, like anytime I start with a red rare, or just like a good red card, I want to be as red as possible. I just think the red cards play so much better with themselves rather than, you know, the other colors. Like, I'm fine splashing here or there, but heavy red if I can. If this Saga wasn't there, I'd take Aang and then probably Firebending lesson after that. Ooh, could have had double Aang. This is an interesting pack. I think after taking Legend, I just take Combustion Technique. One of the things when you're drafting mono red is you do want a pretty good density of lessons and instant speed waste to spend your mana for the one drop, the cadets. Yeah, I think this is also just the best card in the pack too. Like, I like reinforcements a lot. I like Fortune Teller a lot. Avatar's Wrath is... I've never lost a game where my opponent has cast this card, so I do not think it does anything special. Okay, no great mono red card to follow that up with. There's Teo. Teo's the best card here, and if I'm going to pair my red with another color, I do generally like pairing with blue. I think that the cheap blue threats play pretty well in the red decks too. Although, you know, taking a 4, not great after we've got another 4 for our mono red deck. There's not really a great option otherwise, though, and we don't have to be mono red. Like, we could just be blue red lessons. That's a cool thing to do too. I think along those lines, we just take Waterbending Lesson. War Balloon's a card I will play in my close to mono red decks, but not one I really take early. You like taking the green audience there? Yeah. I could buy it. Not a lot of red now. There's a Quench, though. So now we're just like more this kind of thing. And playing Roku as like a value card. I mean, we're going to play Roku no matter what, but kind of seeing this more as a base blue deck now. Right, yeah, I agree. Usually my opponent casts Avatar Wrath. It's often good for me. I get to retrigger my TBs. So now we've got some pretty good black. I like Inspector and Precision. I could also just take this Freedom Fighter. It's kind of a mid-tier. Well, I'd say like kind of low-tier red aggro card. I would really like to play Legend, though. And Technique. And, like, these are good black cards, but they're not, you know, I'm not dying to play them. Okay, there's a Cadets. There's also a Quench. This is kind of a bit of a fork in the road. Fork in the road, words. Because, like, this pushes me more towards base blue tempo-y. This is a little more like, you know, slam, lessons, play to the board, mono red. I'm in, though. Another pack that's kind of the same thing, right? Like, this is a little more of the even split blue-red kind of card. This is a mono-red card. There's also Jet's Brainwatching, which I think is fine, but I tend to take the good threats over this level of card. Yeah, no, we're this kind of thing, sorry. When I say this kind of thing, I mean red or blue base. I think I'm gonna take the Grasp still. It's pretty close, and I'll just take Porcupine. I might play that. Alright, how to start a riot. Boomy's Bash is like, you know, I'll take it if I have literal no removal, but Riot's gonna be good in... Zuko's Exile is probably better than Lizard. If we end up heavy red. It looks like it's pretty open. Like, we've got some solid blue cards, but that just tends to happen because there's a lot of them. They kind of just flow through. Okay, so... not a great open for us. Great Divide Guide, sweet. I don't think we're not tempted by it though, really. I could take River Spirits. I could take another Freedom Fighters. I could also consider us like mono red splash some white. We don't have any reasons to do that right now, but like Path is a card I don't mind playing in my red decks. I think it's probably River Spirit. We're actually not too set up for this card, but it's just like so much better than anything else. Path is the only other card that's kind of in the ballpark. And hard to take it over just a blue card, I think. Yeah, I agree. I think even I like a copy of this generally. I think you do want to be the kind of blue deck that's got a lot of permanents like barrels and fortune tellers and stuff. Sometimes your blue decks are a little more quench and grasp heavy on the cheap cards. And also if I'm like heavy red, the double blue is a little tough, but we'll see. I'm not committed to anything just yet, so. Green Saga. Pretty bad pack for us. Yeah, I care about nothing here. I think. Yeah, like, I guess I just take it. I don't like Crashing Wave very much. I did drop the 5-minute intro to the stream, because why not just start right away? I guess that means people miss the beginning of the draft sometimes, but... Yeah, Crashing Wave is not terrible. I've just found so many spots. Like, I like this when your deck is very creature heavy and you need just a few interaction spells. It's like, does the job just fine. I'm going to take the Saga. I'm pretty, like I said, I'm just pretty low on that card, the Crashing Wave, and there's like some weird chance we end up in a green deck. All right, pack 2 continues to be not great. I guess I take War Balloon here. There's Ember Island Production. Do we have anything that's cool with that? I guess copying Teo is pretty good. Yeah, we'll just take Balloon. Cave's good. Okay. That's a nice pickup. Another pack. Another dud. Am I going to take a medium 4-drop here? Or another Porcupine? Let's organize a little bit better here, shall we? I like all my 4s better than these 4s, so I guess I'm just playing another Porcupine. Or taking it anyways, that we play it. Jelly and Treetop Freedom Fighters number 2. What wants me to play Jelly in this deck? Waterbending Lesson. I guess Porcupine. The Spirit. It makes our mana a little bit better. Watery Grasp. Okay. Now we take a Fan for similar reasons. Think we should lean into going wide? Yeah, I can see that. Like, we've got Cave, we've got the Freedom Fighters, we've got Riot. Archers is good. I think I like that over Grasp at this point. We're definitely good on interaction. At least over another good creature. All right, there's the Freedom Fighters. So yeah, I agree. I think we should probably lean towards, like, going wide now. Like the blue cards aren't adding too much to the deck right now. Like, Teo's not great here. Grass is fine interaction, but not at its best. Quench, I'll play. Yeah, sure. This is also a go wide payoff. That's fair. Bit hard on the mana, but it is that. Second Porcupine, just chilling over here. Mongoose and Zhao. Is this at all worth considering? Like, I really dislike this card. I very often Rarely find a home for it, and rarely means never. I like it better than Mongoose, I guess. It is a way to pump the team. Not currently going to trigger it very often, but something to keep in our back pocket. All right, take Arena over Cavalry. Another River Spirits, also an Archers, also a Lost Days and a Waterbending lesson. I do need more things that are just castable early, so I think I'm taking the second Archer over the second Spirit. Interaction count is slightly below where I would like, I guess, but so is our creature count, so our cheap creature count anyways. All right, that's a nice one. Wouldn't mind wheeling Cunning Maneuver. Okay, I think we're something like this. Ooh, Iroh. Okay, I don't think we're going to take that here. It is interesting, but there's also two really good cards in the pack in Demonstration and Knowledge Seeker. Sort of leaning towards Demonstration here, but it's kind of close. I like Demonstration more generally. It's a lesson for the cards that care about that. Yeah, this is a really tough pick, actually. I say I like this card more generally, but not by a ton. My gut's saying take the Demonstration. Yeah, take the pack in the draft. I'm cool with that. Firebending lesson. Cool, cool. Maybe we wheel... probably not going to wheel too much here. Maybe we wheel War Balloon. I guess I don't really want to play a second one, but... Okay, Twin Blades. Another Quench. Twin Blades looks okay here. Like, I like it a lot better if you're... I'm always playing a 1, always playing a 2. I don't think that's going to happen like every single time in this deck. Could take another Riot. Don't think I love that. I guess War Balloon plus Twin Blades is kind of something. Okay, there's another Freedom Fighters, another How to Start a Riot. I guess we take this now. We wheel one of these Riots. Take these Porcupines out for now. Okay, that's a good one. I don't think we're playing Solstice Revelation. And Spirit in the same deck. The mana just doesn't really work. Okay, some stuff. Maneuver Wheels. Do I want Warden instead? I don't have that much Firebending mana. But this also kind of helps the go wide plan too. Like, just helps trade up with their biggest thing, whatever they block with our, when we attack with all our tokens. And a way to spend mana with the cadets. Okay, War Balloon 2 comes in. Cool. Yeah, we got some build options. This is interesting. I think I'm going to try to build this as almost mono red to just see what it looks like. Which means not playing the Spirit. I'm not confident that's what I want to do, but kind of want to start there. Okay, Riot Wheels. I think our curve is probably not good enough to want to do that. Like, to really be mono red and reap the Venom Pits of what that kind of deck would want to do. I want to, like, copy paste some of these 3s to this 2-drop slot. But let's give it a try. Because really, the only awesome blue card we're cutting is Fly. Or Dragonfly Swarm. I always call this Dragon Swarm Fly. Yeah, so it would look kind of like this. Maybe that's kind of what I'd want to do. Creature count... Little sus. Although, it's +4, whatever this number is, because Fan plus Roku plus... Oh, no, actually plus 5. Yeah, never mind. Creature count's fine. With Fan plus Roku plus Cave plus the... there was another one in there somewhere? Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, yes, the 2 war balloons. That was it. Yeah. Okay. And at that point, am I playing Jelly? Doesn't look great here. We're getting rid of all the waterbending cards. I could play Solstice Revelation and Boomy Bash, I guess. Revelation's real bad if you have any non-mountains in the deck, though. How do you decide the land balance for a splash in monocolor? It's pretty simple. Like, this is a good example. When you're splashing one card just in general, you want 3 sources as a bare minimum, 4 sources is comfortable. 5 if you can fit it. I don't think I want the 5th just because, like, you know, mono red really wants, like, 12 mountains here. As you go up, you have to keep adding additional sources, right? So if I had 2 blue cards, I want, like, 5 islands to be comfortable. Hey, Ops, how's it going? Yeah, I think I like this because I could play Quench, I guess. That's one appealing thing with this curve being the way it is, just having another cheap card. It doesn't really play well. Like, the more non-creatures you have, the less good How to Start a Riot gets. But I am a little lower than I'd like to be on the cheap stuff. Because cutting all the blue except Swarm basically means we get 1 less removal spell. I don't think I'm playing this unless I change the mana base completely. We lose Teo, which is a solid card, but not at its best in this deck. Although War Balloon, I guess, that's something I hadn't considered. I think I'm going to try it like this. Even Revelation on 12 mountains. It could be wrong. Oh, I also need to maybe cut a playable. I just realized. I don't want to go to 16 lands in this deck. We have so many 3s. We just can't afford to miss a land. So we could, like, cut the Revelation, cut Bash. Maybe just cut Bash, honestly. Yeah, I could see that. Put in the 1-drop artifact. What does that do for us? It makes our mana slightly better. It gives us another interaction spell. Yeah, it triggers Boar. So, like, maybe what would I cut, though? Second Boar? Cut a Freedom Fighter? I don't think I want to cut the Go Wide package with double Riot. Although, again, we have a lot of 3s, so... And I don't think I can afford to cut on a creature here. Maybe one of the War Balloons. Yeah, that's probably the cut. I know I just said I don't think I can afford to cut on a creature, but I think it's the worst of our 3s, and we're super bloated on 3s. 17 in mono? Well, we're not mono. Like, that's a big part of this here. We're not monocolored, right? We need the sources to play the second color. And also, this deck is not super duper low curve, like all 1s and 2s. Look how chunky our 3 slot is. We want to hit 3-on-3 every time. We want to hit 4-on-4 every time in this deck. We'll cut a Boar before Balloon. Yeah, I can also buy that too. It's one of the 2. Gonna give the nod to keeping the War Balloon because of the Mass Pump and Twin Blades. I could also cut a Riot. Yeah, that's also pretty reasonable. We've been deliberating a long time over this last card. I don't know. I think I could kind of slice it anyway. Let's just find something to do and submit. Let's call it a day. Is it crazy to cut the Dragonfly and just go mono red? It's not crazy, but I think it's pretty low. Like, Dragonfly is excellent, and it's really low cost just to splash the 1 card here. I don't think I'm giving up a lot, right? Having 2 of these in my opener makes me regret playing 2 of them. I don't know. Maybe just out of like pure functionality, this is the card that should go, you know? Interesting. I think let's attack. They block, great. There's some value to doing this before. So I can, like, technique, make mana, cycle, maneuver. So if I miss a land, I can crack a clue. I can always just do that next turn, though. It's a little bit worse, but still an option. Enthusiasts. Ooh. Okay. Let's get in. I think I'm going to crack here over playing cadets. I think it's just pretty important to hit the land. If we hit the land, it's excellent. Okay, that's fine. And a cycle. And a grand. All right. Okay, missed on land. I think I probably have to just take out this enthusiast. It's going to snowball on me too quickly. This snowballs too, but in a slightly different way. Like, I can maybe sneak... Oh, interesting. I can maybe come back from the opponent sculpting their hand. I think it's going to be pretty hard to come back from enthusiast growing. Okay, hit the land. Let's play cadets here, because it seems fairly likely they have quench. Yeah, great. Happy they quenched that instead. Grand stays at home. Okay. So I can War Balloon and put a counter on it. Can just Freedom Fighters here. I think I like the War Balloon, get a counter on it. Yeah, to be fair, this wouldn't be much better if it was a Porcupine instead. But a little better. So they can take me for a pretty good bit here. Yeah, take 8. Warriors. All right, also a problem. Land is solid. It means that if I draw land... Oh, sorry, I don't even need to draw land next turn if I can keep the cadets around. I was going to say I get to double Riot. Although, they're pushing a lot of damage here, so that might not actually matter. Do not think I'm supposed to get in with this balloon this turn. It can only really block the Grand in the 1-2 if the musicians attack, but I think it has to do that, so. Alright, getting in with the team. This makes sense. Here, block here. Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to just do this. That's interesting. Do we win if we hit the double strike equipment? No, one off still. All right, well I hit it. Like I cast it. Oh, also can't cast the ride as well. Need a land. Oh, we had it too. That's funny. All right. Almost. Solid. Sure, yeah, if I didn't block with my cadets and just went to 1, we'd have enough mana. I guess that's probably the play, yeah. Maybe that was a winning game. Actually, was there a way to keep the cadets alive? Oh, you mean like trade off? I have to trade off the war balloon, right? Oh yeah, I could go to 1. Yeah, you're right. I think that was the line. I thought I shortcutted to I needed to block with everything there, but I think I could block with 1 fewer things, yeah. Ooh, you won a direct box. That's awesome. A gambler. That paid off. We're getting anged here. Fine, sure. Cat owl. This could be a turn just to push damage. I think so. Where do I want the double strike? Probably on the 2-1. So give this menace. Damage pushing here. The thought here being this now makes 2 things threats rather than just like 1 threat they have to deal with. It's a lot of damage. Harass the cadets, sure. Right, yeah, two extra damage, of course. And Airbend my token. Alright. Two vigilance creatures is kind of annoying. Means they can race pretty well. That was a good draw, though. Really good draw. Wow. Another cat owl. Pretty nice. Okay, so what to do? I can equip. Force a trade. They're just gonna chump. Maybe. Nope. Most spells here are pretty darn good draws. I guess How to Start a Riot may be the worst. But even that may be good if we can, like, kill a blocker, get him with Menace. Oh. They just put themselves dead. Like, dead on board, even without this lesson, right? They also could have attacked first with both. Yeah, I think they... Well, there's the riot, funny. I think they forgot Chapter 3, yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe they have Solitude in hand. Momo only gains 3 when they have mana open, right? Because it makes a food, right? It's hand playable, but not exciting. Even with the island, it's a little dicey. Like, both these cards need lessons to function. I mean, cadets can function on its own. I say all this, and yet we keep. Opponent took them all, I think. Porcupine. Captives. Ooh, Archer's a great draw. Okay, so Am I happy making this trade here? Right here, right now? Yeah, I think so. Let's get the fighters down. Sentries. Annoying. Okay. Barrels. That was a great draw. So we go porcupine, barrels. Okay, yep. So a few things here. I could just go for this trade. I think that would be fine. Lets the war balloon get in. I don't want to... Like, if I didn't have this swarm in hand, I might crack barrels, just attack. I also don't really want to play the archers this turn. I would like this 5th land for now. Oh, I suppose there's some argument to playing the balloon first. It might make them less likely to block here, which is like neither nor good or bad. Just kind of like gives them more information on the decision. Unclear if it's good to play a pre-combat or not. Another reach creature. Opponent. That's a good one. Guess we can stand with both here. Hey, Ghost Code. How you doing? I don't mind cashing in 1/1 token and double strike trigger. Ascension, okay. So they'll unlock their colors if they're playing another color. They might not be. They might be on a green. Okay, they've got a little bit of something in there. Like, this is a card I can imagine playing if you're mono green. Sweet. Okay, so archers. This swarm is a literal 0-3. Doesn't even die into a card. Okay, now it does, but... Sentries. Fascinating. Okay, so... I guess I'm probably just casting Lesson and getting in. What sound would I make if I was a barrel? Hmm. Bling. I would sound like Yoshi, apparently. Ostrich horse, of course. Avatar Yoshi, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for. So we can just go for lethal here. And if they have nothing, it is lethal. That's what going for lethal means. They've got something. Untap trick. Rebuke. Alright. That's okay. There are worlds we die here, I guess, but... not to that one. Okay. What time is it? I think I would play Aang's Lesson in this deck if I had it over a land. Like, this deck's kind of in between wanting 16 and 17. I want another Lesson. Ciao. Yeah, Aang's Journey is one of the cards I've just come up on as the format's gone on. Still don't think it's amazing or anything, but I kind of thought it would be like low tier fixing, and it's kind of like mid tier fixing and sometimes has synergy. Yeah, 2 life definitely can be relevant. Let's get this going first. No, let's resolve Roku, I think, against the blue deck. Our Lord Azula. That's a scary one. Make some blue here. Okay, let's cast this first, I think. Sure. Oh, I used my blue mana. That's bad. It's not terrible, but it's bad. Alright, play Fan. Last turn. Yeah. Auto Tapper's been getting me more and more in this set. I mean, less and less as I've played more no when to manual tap. I'm pretty good with water bending, because that's where I feel like most of the time it messes you up. This could go horrendously wrong, but we've got enough action to make me think that's kind of okay. Maneuver. All right. Could have been worse. So I can make a dragon this turn. That's certainly appealing. They probably, well, I say they probably don't have removed for both Roku and the dragon, but Azula makes that way more likely to be true. I could also just get this cave down. I could cast this. That seems bad though. Yeah, okay. I think we're just gonna make a dragon here. Kind of second guessing myself though. Like archers into caves, also a pretty good line. Hey, Troll Berserker coming in. Appreciate the sub. Love the podcast. Well, thanks. Glad you like it. Yeah. Like, basically, if they have the removal spell here, it's bad, but not terrible. And if they don't, it's quite good. Like, I don't think the other line has, like, tons of upside. The other line probably lets them snowball slightly less, but... Oh. Okay. One top, one bottom. We've got 5 mana here. And yeah, double removal spell. Okay. Got bailed out. Drew the island. 9 mana. 7 of it at sorcery speed. Look at all the fancy lands over there, too. I guess the nice thing is if we draw how to start a riot, that's pretty close to lethal. The bottom 2 cards there. Pretty nice. Supposed to block here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I guess that means we're just setting up for how to start a riot. If they draw a removal spell, we die. Okay. Gaining 2 is good too. Alright, we die. Yeah, Azula, absolutely. One of those, like, D-level cards that it has its moments, right? Like, obviously, when it goes off, its upside is super high, but I've definitely beat more Azulas than I've lost to. Okay, let's place. Cadet Mirror. Okay, Freedom Fighter's probably going to be pretty decent. Cork, go to the sub. I was only your second most watched streamer this year. Yeah, I haven't streamed this year as much as I have in previous years. Apologies, apologies. Alright, we're probably just chilling and trading here. Appreciate the sub, of course. Porcupine. I could leave this back and trade with cadets. Oh, that's great. Okay. I was going to say, I could leave this back and trade with cadets. I think that's giving up the beatdown roll a bit too readily. Like, I don't know how aggressive their hand actually is, you know? Just play another Freedom Fighter here. You just discovered there's a sub-only part of the Discord? Well, welcome to that part of the Discord. Alright, they're all about trading. Interesting. Wonder what this means. Maybe they're just thinking, I'm gonna make this unblockable and pump forever. How much do I want to trade here? Don't think I'm terribly interested just yet. I think I want to see what their last cards are before I figure out how I'm supposed to play this game. Okay, big reach thing. Land's good. It's gonna be double spell and also good for the revelation. So let's just do this and cycle maneuver, I think. Oh, I suppose I could also attack first. Don't love that. I think I want to be able to block. So we do this and see what's up. If they double pump, we win the combat. They're not forced into anything, of course, but... Okay, that's good for us. How start riot? Okay. So I can War Balloon, put some counters on. I can Revelation. That makes the Dragonfly Swarm grow. I think we just War Balloon and pass here. Yeah, I'm also surprised they didn't make that unblockable. I think I'm just looking to trade this turn. Pop the clue. I might want to pop the clue, but I also might want to put counters on this War Balloon. Yeah, let's... Put counters on the balloon. Cool. I think I just cast this here. I suppose I could also just crack the clue first. I think I want to see what I'm hitting first. I might want to, again, put mana into the balloon. All right, another balloon. So... let's do this. Cool. Okay, cycle. Into Zhang Zhang. Okay. Could be scary. Okay, so let's crack here. Draw land. Seems like a good turn just to riot. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, a lot of options in that game. Ways to spend mana that were unclear, you know? Like, whether to pump to the balloon, whether to crack the clue. Like, generally with the clue cracking, like, I think the default is, like, you just want to crack your clues the last thing you want to do. As far as, like, you know, if you have things to do to affect the board. That changes if you, like, need to find something, but... Okay. It's gonna be a good hand if our cadets survives. Archers, also nice draw. Okay. I think you just pitch nothing here. I could pitch Riot. Puts a lesson in the grave. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to pitch Riot here. Cool. If that was the case, I should have done this beforehand. I thought I wasn't going to. Would have gotten an extra point. How am I doing? Doing well. How are you doing? Court official. All right, let's pitch this revelation. Oh, nice. Very good draw. Yeah, and worth noting, I think it's like right to just kill a court official there to push 3 damage. Merchant of many hats. Can we kill them this turn? Let's see. It's kind of close if we can't. This exiles that too, which is cool. Oh, sorry. Right. We can't, because I thought this was 1 counter to wake up. It's 2 right now. Maybe I did still have lethal somehow without killing that? I didn't do the math. I should have. Yeah, I think I might have, actually. Alright, GG. Didn't need to show them this, I guess, but... For 2. I think I'd be happy with a 5-3 with this deck. Like it's a solid red deck, not busted though. The curve's a little leaves a little to be wanting. Leaves a little to be wanting. Is that a real thing? Leaves a bit to be desired. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a real thing. It's the 7-win comeback. Hey, could be. Yeah, I shouldn't... Why am I speaking of my own death? Only a fool plans his own death. Something is lacking. Yeah, I was getting those two mixed up. That's it. I do love a good malapropism. Alright. Nice to be able to snag this. Katara. Am I just going to kill Katara here? Not before I play Swarm, I think. Yeah, let's just get the threat down. Judy. Okay, I definitely should get rid of Katara, though, I think. I also kind of want to cycle this maneuver. Yeah, it pushes a lot of damage, and not shy about cracking a clue next turn. I think if it didn't permanently grow the swarm, I wouldn't do that there. Like, if this is just some other creature. But, like, permanently growing the swarm is pretty real. Because the trick has a lot of value with double freedom fighters in hand. Ooh, that's good. All right, let's just play this. No lands. Boo. Seems that they've got octopus form up. Drawing a land here would be great. No dice. Okay. I think I just played Freedom Fighters. Again, it seems like they've got Octopus form up. Don't think I want to use Technique. Something to be said about cracking Clue, but I don't think I want to. I've got double how to start a ride in the deck. Pretty likely we just can win or close to win next turn. Is blue-red the best deck? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a good deck, and like it has a really high ceiling. It's one of my favorite decks to play. Like, my favorite decks to play in this format are black, white, and blue-red. I think both those decks have really high ceilings, but like you could say every deck has a really high ceiling, right? It's not exactly something unique to blue-red. I've just had some like real busted blue-red decks. Yeah, I agree. I think it's hard to argue against blue-white just being the best deck on average. Just has the strongest cards on average again. Okay, so I think we're spending the turn. Casting Balloon and Crack Clue. A Crack Clue with the option of putting counters on the balloon, maybe. Nice little engine they got going here, right? 3 mana, draw a card. Yeah, I actually, the more I think about it, the more I think I like putting counters on War Balloon, rather than needing to take multiple creatures out of the combat equation next turn. Any big differences in drafts and sealed in this format? Not really. Like, I think that this sealed format is kind of a 5-color, pretty common to be 5-color kind of deck. Or kind of format. Like, it's very traditional sealed. I guess There's some formats where here's the way I think about it. There's some formats where your draft or your sealed decks look pretty similar to draft decks. There's some formats where your sealed decks look more like sealed decks, traditional sealed decks, card draw, ramp, cast your good cards. I think this format is more the second one there. All right, so we're just gonna jam. They might octopus form to win a combat. They do. Okay. I was like, oh, they're teeing up for something big. No. Will you do sealed-centric content in preparation for the lower win spotlight? Yeah, that's a good question. Probably. I don't usually do sealed-specific content anymore because I feel like there's just like a little bit too much overlap between draft and sealed. Like, usually people often want sealed content. I'm like, what's different in the sealed format? What should you do? But it's more often than not like sealed is sealed in a lot of ways. It's more, you should just know it's more helpful to know just generally how to build a sealed deck rather than like in this format, what are the specifics? Because specifics are often, there's not that many I find. But with Lorwyn, I'm going to be going pretty deep because I will be going to the spotlight myself. So yeah, I could see it. I'm not sure to what extent I'll be doing sealed content, but more than usual probably. Artificial, huh? It's a little awkward. I don't really want to pitch anything here. It could just be land. If I draw another spell, I can pitch a spell with the archers. Okay, cool. How greedy do we go? I think not even greed out of like, I want to have high upside, but greed out of like, I think it's pretty bad if I pitch a fighters and draw a land. I'd rather pitch a land and draw a spell than pitch a fighters and draw a land here, It's a good draw. Gordo, can you meet up for the spotlight? Yeah, I can be down. Shall I send? I think I shall. Snowballers. How annoying. You would have declined loot. I think that's reasonable too. Maybe he was right. Milk tea. I want a milk tea. Weird how Snowballer sucks in this format when that effect used to be good. Well, that effect was like okay 15 years ago. Like, Frostlinks. That girl was fine. When you add on flying, like Frost Trickster, it becomes good. I think this card was always a little bit overrated back in the day. And it's never been like any modern version of this exact thing, like 3-mana 2/2 tap a thing when it comes down or keep it tapped, has never been anything other than mediocre. The 5-mana ones sometimes are good, like 5-mana 4/4. Okay, so guys are just playing caves here. Yeah, or even just make like a 3/2, 3/2 I think would be totally fine. Remember Sunset way back when Frostlink was legit the best blue common? Well, it wouldn't have been M14 where that card first came out, I think. Or maybe it was M15 that card first came out. Because M14 was a slow format. The tempo effect just, like, wasn't... It was way worse than just divination, right? But maybe M15. That might have been the case. I think I'm into just kill their board. Yeah. Kill their board. I could also just Riot here. Because if they have, like, Black Sun, or whatever that card is called, the Black Wrath, makes the Riot look really bad. I think I kind of like that. Because that's kind of how I lose this game, right? I don't really see it too many other ways. Or like Rise of Sozin, right? That's another card they could have. Yeah, there's the Black Sun. Read them like a book. Also, just like, not only just that, like just thinking, what do I lose to here? But the way they were playing too, right? Like, they didn't do too much. They weren't adding that much to the board when they could have. They didn't have an instant when they have a bunch of cards in hand, right? So that's just, all that's kind of sus to me. Like, if they had an instant that they cast on that turn, then they pass the turn for, understandable, but... Okay. And, of course, keeping this in hand to play around another court official. Is there a reason to keep this lesson and not just kill Grand right now? I don't think so. I played around Quench, but not around Azula always lies there. Playing around the more common one, I guess. Oh, that's bad. How much you gain? 3 life? 3 life is so much life. Lifelink is cheat. Oh, Hama. Yeah, it's pretty good too. Well, in old cards I don't want. That's good. Also keeping a card in hand because I've got Yu-Yan Archers. Yep, demonstration, kill my 1/1. Or my, yeah, 1/1. Pretty good hit rate on spells. We're at 28% spells in the deck. Yeah, War Balloon was good. So now they crack, they get in with the Hunters. And Hama. Okay. Well, removal spell... no, so it still doesn't win. Still doesn't win. Wait, yes it does. Yes it does. Because they're going to 5. I can equip the fan. Alright, sure. Spin the wheel. Like I said, lots of spells in the deck. Okay. So... I don't think I forced the trade, because they kill me with a removal spell. Oh, did they kill me with a removal spell anyways? Because the Mechanist? No. They can't attack with the token. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to chill. Put this legend in play. Alright, that's really good. Yeah, cantrip. Alright. Yeah, now Hunters has lifelink. block, though, I think. They killed the swarm, giving me a card. Interesting. I guess it makes some sense. That does push more damage. Ooh. Okay. So I'm once again in the spot where they kill me if they have a trick. Or sorry, if they have a removal spell. And they can just block and just, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to attack here. Yeah, I added black mana for no particular reason. I knew the mana wouldn't matter, so I just clicked, you know. Okay. That's an attack. Huh. The heck does this mean? I do this, use Twin Blades to win the combat? Ah, that's what it means. Okay, okay. Yeah, well played, well played. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, 5-3. Like I said, pretty happy with 5-3 with this deck. Yeah, would really have appreciated if I could copy-paste some of this onto this, right? And a lot of our threes, I don't hate War Balloon or anything, and the fighters, and we made good use of them with the Riot. But yeah, deck was just like a few 2-drops short of being really, really good. But overall, pretty good.